Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 147 and today I am starting things off in the ridiculously low FOV once again, and oh my word, can you see how bobbly it is? That is completely insane. How do people that play on like low FOVs not throw up everywhere? That is completely bonkers. Anyway, aside from that, I've got two things that I really want to mention at the start of today's video. Number one is that the house moving is going very, very well indeed. I have been crazy busy recently, just trying my best to get everything organised and ready to go, but I am eventually going to start moving my furniture in over this week, hopefully. However, I am going to be stupidly busy this week because next week I am actually going on a bit of a trip. I'm going on a bit of a trip because I am going to be filming a documentary, which is, something that I didn't think I was going to be saying at all, ever, but it's something that I'm going to be doing, and it's something that I'm excited and scared about, and all of those things will be happening on the vlogging channel, obviously. I'm not going to be posting the documentary on this channel, so if you do want to be seeing that, then the vlogging channel is the place to go. But I have been stressing out a little bit. I've been stressing out just a tiny bit because this is a big, big project, or at least it's a big project for me. Something that I've never really done before, but I thought I would challenge myself by saying that I was going to do it, and now other people are involved. So I have to do it, which is going to be brilliant. It's going to be awesome, and hopefully it is going to end up looking amazing. But anyway, in today's Hermitcraft episode, we have got a whole ton of plans. As you just saw at the beginning there, we started off down in the mineshaft. We are going to be travelling back down the mineshaft because we have got a ton of building to do. And you know what? I've been doing some thinking. I know that this wasn't meant to be part of the industrial district, but it is so close to the industrial district, and it has exactly the same style as the industrial district, that I think it might become part of the industrial district. I am very sorry for rambling in the previous clip. I'm also very sorry for wasting your time by apologising for rambling in the previous clip, because obviously that just wastes more of your time. Look, okay, I'm just going to completely move on from that because I am in the process of doing a little bit of decorating up at the top right here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to convert this entire area into sandstone. So this top part is going to be sandstone. Then we're going to add in an elevator going down through the mine shaft, which is going to be difficult due to the fact that we have the beacons. I totally forgot about those. Maybe I could come up with a design that is totally transparent. Oh, we could use minecarts. Minecart elevator going up through the center, glass around the edges. I think that's going to work. This project is going to involve a lot of sandstone, so as per usual, I've had to replenish my supplies by destroying a large quantity of the desert. Guys, I've been thinking, what do you reckon is the fastest way to build walls in Minecraft? Because I personally think that this method right here is pretty quick. It is makes you very dizzy, but it does seem to be pretty rapid. But do you reckon going around in bands is the fastest? I might have to do some experimenting at some point. After a whole ton of block pacing, this is what we have. A massive sandstone pillar type thing, or anti-pillar I guess you could say, going right the way down from y equals 64 all the way down to y equals 10. Now I have to say, at this point in time, I will agree with you. I can already read all of the comments. This thing is awful. It looks absolutely horrible. It's like a big porridge hole going right the way down towards bedrock. But once we get the elevator in, like the big, elevator going right the way through the center, things should begin to improve. Now, I have just had a bit of a thought, though, and that is the fact that I don't know if we can place ladders on transparent blocks. Now, you need ladders in these designs to place the minecarts on. Ooh, that could be a genuine issue. Ladders are a no-go. Unfortunately, there are no transparent objects that these things can be placed on. I tried pistons, that didn't work. I thought about observers, actually. Observers could have worked, but I think I've come up with another solution, and that is trapdoors. So the trapdoor will go like that. Our minecart will stand on top of it. I mean, that seems to be working to me. I can walk over the top, and it all seems to be functioning just fine. So hopefully this should do the trick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first few modules have made their way into the design, and I have to say, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Look, we've got the bright red going right the way through there. That looks amazing. That looks seriously, seriously cool, and hopefully... Not my finest moment. Right. Okay, well, I'm very glad that I found that out before I built the entire thing, because if I had, I would have jumped off a bridge. Progress so far is looking really quite good. I love the way that this thing looks, and if we just hold down the right-click button, we should shoot right the way up to the top. Now, the reason that I ended up down at the bottom is not because of things like that, although I am a bit silly when it comes to doing things like that, but because I got shot off by something, and I cannot for the life of me work out where it is. So this thing is now completely finished, and this is what it is looking like at this point in time. Now, I have to say, I wasn't 100% certain on the sort of alternating the hardened clay and the red stained glass, but you know what? I would actually say that this looks really, really cool. Now, I think, because right now there is no way to drop down through this thing, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, you literally just fall right the way to the bottom. I think what I might do is, hey, we could just put some water. Yeah, just some water down at the bottom there. I was going to add in like a separate sort of drop chute right there, but in between these beacons we can have our water, and then of course we can shoot right the way up to the top if we just hold down the right click button. And oh my word, I've just noticed something. As far as I can tell, I think the trapdoors change location halfway up the ladder. Oh, that is going to drive some of you guys absolutely crazy. I can already feel it. Oh my word, this is a death box. Let's get the water in. So this thing is now completely finished. Version 2. All of the scaffolding blocks have been removed. We now have the safe drop down at the bottom, so we can fly right the way up to the top of this thing nice and quickly, and then just hop out by looking in that direction. And then if we drop down here, whoa, sweet. I mean, that is everything that you could possibly want in an elevator. Super, super fast, up and down, nice and easy. Right, okay, so moving on from that beautiful piece of engineering right there, we have actually got a mine shaft to do. Now, I'll be honest, I totally haven't even thought of this thing just yet. So I'm gonna say maybe a sandstone floor. I guess a sandstone floor is always a good start. Oh, but there's so much sandstone going on, and it almost doesn't even fit in with what we have going on here. Okay, so I'm thinking we swap out all of these blocks here for red hardened clay. That way we also don't have to worry about decorating that area there. Then we add in some red stained glass in the center so that it goes along with that design. Yep, that seems like a good idea to me. And then we kind of work from that point. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get my designing hat on. We haven't even started the mine yet, and I have just found myself 8 diamonds. It was just one of those 8 diamond blocks right there. Awesome. I have good feelings about this place now. Also, I think I've come up with a design that I think is going to look quite good. So, it's all positives right now. Another thing is that I keep running into these things right here. Now, I have absolutely no idea what they are. They seem to have items in them. Are they chunk loaders? Ah, we are quite near Impulse SV's base. I imagine if anyone's got chunk loaders around here, it's probably going to be Impulse SV. They're really strange. I've never seen them like that before. So this right here is the design that I've come up with. Now, as you can see, I mean, it's not necessarily stunning. Okay, I'm not going to say it's like a stunningly beautiful design, but it incorporates all of the colours that we have on the inside of the industrial district, and obviously we've got the red hardened clay, we've got all of the sandstone, we have all of the fence, but I mean, it literally is the industrial district in mineshaft form. And I think now that I've added in the second module, I mean, it will look quite cool. Now, as you can see, I have spaced these out to be just 2 blocks apart because this is going to be such a fast mine shaft that I don't really care about the efficiency of the placement. So generally speaking, I would place them 3 blocks apart. I just tend to find that that works a little bit better. But as I say, because this is just going to be so ridiculously quick, I thought the 2 blocks apart was going to be good. So I think now all I've got to do is I am going to place in this design all the way to the end of the tunnel. And you know what? I think this would probably be best as a third-person time-lapse. So in today's time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you guys about the studio project. Now, this is something that I've spoken about a whole ton of times on the Hermitcraft episodes and also on the vlogging channel as well, simply because it is something that I really, really want to get right. And I have asked for your input as to things that you guys want to see in the studio project. And I'm happy to say that I have taken a whole bunch of notes. I have read through a lot of your suggestions and I have come up with a small list of like musts. Things that must be in the studio project videos that are going to be posted on the vlogging channel. So number 1 is the Philips Hue Lights. Now, these are things that I'd heard of before. I hadn't realised how popular they were. Seriously, about 70% of the comments about the studio project have been about light bulbs. That is not something that I ever expected in my life, but apparently these light bulbs are really cool. They can connect up to your smartphone, and then you can control the different colours and everything like that. I honestly have no idea how useful they are going to be for me, but, you know, that is futuristic, and that is definitely something that I want in the new studio, so I'm going to be getting a bunch of those. The next thing is a 4K TV, simply because I need it to watch back my own videos, because I've never seen my own videos in 4K, but also it'd be nice to have, and that's a very good part of the studio. People are saying like good sound systems. Yeah, that's definitely something that I'm going to be getting. No clue on brand, so if you have any preferences, let me know down in the comments section. Another suggestion that sort of goes with the TV is a projector. I looked into them. They seem to go from sort of £2,000, seems to be, you know, decent quality, and also relatively cheap, but there are some like negatives of them, and then they kind of jump to about £15,000. I'm not spending that amount of money on a projector, so if anyone has any suggestions, once again, let me know down in the comments section. Proper soundproofing, that's all been sorted out by Arrow Zoom, so I'm going to be getting that done over the next couple of days. Artworks, yeah, they're going to be getting up, and I will chuck those on the wall on my own. And Amazon Alexa, the Amazon Home Echo, whatever it's called, definitely going to be getting one of those. That has been suggested a ton. So that is my current list, but I definitely feel like it could do with some more, so let me know down in the comment section. And that, my friends, is that. We have got ourselves one very big mining system right here. Now, this thing looks, well, it looks pretty cool. I personally really like the design. I think it's a nice, obviously it's not the best design in the world. In fact, I would say that the mine shaft that I built, I think it was in Hermitcraft Series 2, I had a design that was fairly similar to this one, I think. But it had a block in between, and that makes it so much easier to work with, because obviously then you can break things up. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do that with this design, so we made the best of what we had, and it looks really, really cool, especially from this angle, where all of the fence posts sort of merge into one. I think that looks absolutely amazing. But if you're wondering why I have sort of skimped on the job, I know what you're thinking, you know, you're a little bit lazy here, Mumbo. You've left like 20 blocks out the end, you haven't finished this thing at all. Turns out that, as you can see, we are out the range of the beacons in this area. This is the final line. The final line of beacon membership, I guess you could say. Outside of this, obviously we don't have the beacons, and that is a bit of a pain in the backside, because obviously if we're doing this as a speed mine, which this is meant to be a speed mine, if you go out of the range of the beacons, then it's pretty pointless to have a speed mine, because it's no longer a speed mine. So in this area right here, as you can see, we're completely attached to all of the beacons, and then we can absolutely fly on through. But anyway, there is still a whole ton of things that left to do. Predominantly, we actually have to uncover all of the redstone contraptions right here, and also improve them quite a bit. For some reason, I seem to just be totally and utterly stuck in my new elevator. I really wanted to like this thing. Why can I not get out? Seriously. Oh, come on. Right. Let's look at this block. No. Oh, my word. I give up. After spending 3 minutes stuck inside my own elevator, I thought I would take things into my own hands and construct this little system right here, which should allow me to easily dismount from this horrible, horrible contraption. I was ready to pull my own hair out. So, I have been doing some work down at the bottom right here, and we now have a much cooler looking system. Now, unfortunately, it is a little bit busy down here, because of course we've got all the beacons and the elevator going up through the center. But this is our water bucket system that is working absolutely perfectly. We built that in the previous episode, and it is now looking nice with all of the red hardened clay. But what I thought I would add in is a little bit of stuff over in this section here. So we've got the torches. This one is now going to be for food, and this central one I was going to make just like a diamond pickaxe dispenser, but then I thought to myself, you know, we've got mending. We don't really need that sort of thing. We don't need to be repairing anything. But I did think that it could be quite a cool idea to have some form of anvil system. Now, it has been ages since I built an anvil reloader, but I'm going to be punching out all of these blocks, and I'm going to try my best to remember how to do the redstone and also make it fit within this tiny, tiny area right here. Oh, it could be interesting. I think I should have myself a working system here. So all we need to do is we need redstone, and then we need a block right there. And that should be it. And that should quickly retract this piston and then push it back out. So that will drop down an anvil and then push it out so it lands on top of this block right here. We just need a block. We will probably need a block underneath this. Okay, well what we can do is we can chuck in the anvils and we can see if it actually functions. Up at the top here we have got 5 different anvils, and we're going to try this thing out for the first time. I am standing, I really need to, I feel like maybe that might need changing at some point in time. But anyway, we hit the button. That didn't work. That didn't work. What on earth happened there? So it broke my redstone torch. And it did not get pushed across. Okay, so this would unpower. And then I guess we just need a slightly longer delay running into the piston. What? That redstone is running up there, but it's not. Now I'm really lost. Ah. When in doubt, it's probably a ghost block. The good news is I found the source of the problem. The bad news is this design is nowhere near as pretty anymore. But now we have ourselves a fully functional anvil replacement system. So say for example our anvil breaks, we just hit this button right here and our anvil will be pushed down. We've got ourselves a replacement, and we have got, well, currently we have got 1, 2, this one is going to stay out there, 3, and I'm just terrible at doing everything right now. I've been playing far too much Minecraft today. Final finishing touches now. I have placed in a whole bunch of glowstone across the roof, so now we don't need any of the torches up at the top here. I don't actually know if I like the look of just the glowstone in the roof. I feel like, I don't know, it looks a little bit strange now. But that is probably the best way that I could have thought of to light up that entire thing. So now no more mobs are going to be spawning because I've almost been killed by creepers about 3 times in today's episode of Hermitcraft. But finally, ender chest. Boom. There we go. So we now have ourselves anvil replacement. We have got torches, we have got food, we have got ender chest, we have got storage for random things, and we have water buckets down at the bottom. There really isn't anything else that we need for this area right here. If I do think of something though, I will try my best to add it in. Maybe something to do with fire resistance. fire resistance could be pretty good. In fact, we could add in like droppers that automatically give you like a splash of fire resistance as you run between the mines, because we're going to be speed mining through this thing, so that could be incredibly useful. But that is definitely not going to be happening today, because this has been a super jam-packed episode. Wow, we have done a whole bunch of work. I have spent a bunch of hours on this thing. We have constructed the elevator, we have done all of the decoration, we have done the decoration up at the top here as well. We have added in a mine shaft that looks really cool. We have done all of the redstone down at the bottom, reconstructed the redstone down at the bottom, added in a storage system, redesigned the water bucket system, and also done an anvil dropper as well. All in a day's work. That's not too bad. So unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.